Friends know in the Ville and I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine at Vincenzo's. Yeah.
Thanks to everyone who submitted top plays this year. It's been quite a ride. It's been an amazing season, and you may have noticed my co-host Chris Manning isn't here, but he will be back next season, and we both can't wait to see you then. Until 2K22, here's a look at the best moments from Season 7.
I'm Chris Manning.
And I'm Alexis Morgan. Welcome to a brand new episode of 2K.
New York City, the destination for the Raptors. A power forward who can do it all. Scoring, passing, leadership. Blake Griffin leading the way as they await tip-off against the Knicks. Raptors, Knicks, coming up next, right after this. And you've got it on 2K. Here are the five for the Raptors. Red Van Vliet out there with Markelle Fultz. Then there's Griffin. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Collins in at the 4 spot. And for New York, Barrett is out there with Toppin. Then there's Jay. And it's Stewart in at the 5 down low. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
As a playmaker, Barrett has improved his vision, plays with a good recognition, and been very unselfish.
And here's Toronto. It's a three-point game. Fultz against Griffin. Passes it to Collins. Shot clock at 6. The jump hook. Second chance shot, and it's blocked. And here's Griffin. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Now here's Fultz. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Yep, that one goes. And it's 7 points for James.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Here's Collins. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami.
He was a shot-blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some altar shots as well.
New York moving the ball around. And there's the pass to Stewart. Lays it up off the glass.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
Griffin with the steal. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots off to a good start.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now here's Fultz, and finished off by Fultz.
And the speed of Fultz is lethal. When he has a full head of steam, he's looking to tear the rim off the hinges.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul. It's called on Toronto. For New York, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Raptors have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Polista. And Griffin sends it back to the left side wing.
Wow! I can't believe that one.
That was incredible.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
and it's blocked. Here's Barrett, and Barrett slams it in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
Here's Morris, following the score by New York. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first quarter. Palista, defended by Griffin, just 5 on the clock. 13 feet away. Here's Collins, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Keeping that play alive. Anytime a shot goes up, Collins is going to compete for it.
Griffin attacking, and then Griffin with the dunk.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be booked.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Conley out there with Jay. Then there's Toppin. And it's Stewart in at the center. That's the 5 for New York right now. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
DuPont for by Conley. Here's DuPont, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Toronto shooting their first free throw of the game right now. And Steve, as we get into the middle of the season, do you feel we have a good idea of who the contenders are at this point?
The major forces, Kevin, you know for sure where they are. There are always some teams you can't tell if they're legit or not just yet.
Pass to Anunoby. Here's Fultz. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And Fultz isn't bashful inside. He feels at ease shooting in the paint.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Jay in that last matchup against the Grizzlies had a huge game. He contributed 51 points, and along with what he did on offense, he had a big defensive night as well. The stat line was filled, and the whole league is talking about it. We'll see what he does for an encore tonight, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, that's what it means to be unselfish, putting the team's interests first. As you say, he just wants to come away with the W.
The Knicks have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. And he makes the first.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And New York making a change here. Barrett's checked in.
And he's given them a good contribution at the line tonight, getting there a lot and delivering on his opportunities.
Here's Dupont. Offline from the top of the key.
And that's okay. Even though you missed, you had the right guy taking the shot.
That shot by Griffin, no good. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors, trailing by 13. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Quickly, guarded by Fultz. And Griffin slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. We've got 1:13 left now here in the second. Here's Dupont. Again, Toronto.
They're still behind, but not because of his efforts. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
Pass to Toppin. Drive. Fast break, Toronto. Moving it up. But on that shot, with that, the Knick lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Fultz.
Yeah, they've got into a nice flow this quarter.
They get a hand on it. Here's Stewart, defended by Griffin. Kept alive.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with Griffin.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Raptors have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. Back to the action after this word. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
It's a part of his game that he can always tap into. There's an art to it, and he is painting the canvas tonight.
So for Toronto right now, Collins is out there with Anunoby. Then it's Brett Van Vliet. Then there's Griffin, and it's Fultz in at the point guard. Unloads from 13. Knicks with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Van Vliet looking around. It's rebounded by New York. Chapman's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Griffin, and Griffin slams it in.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Griffin finds Van Vliet. Count that one.
You know, Blake Griffin, he gives you a little bit of everything offensively. Terrific court awareness.
I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Fultz the pass to Van Vliet. No good on the shot. The Knicks go the other way with it.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Raptors trail by 10. Here's Fultz. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Pass to Toppin. Stolen by Collins. Here's Fultz. All alone. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Fultz has got 8 points.
And you have to credit Anunoby. He's put in the work to become a better playmaker.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin on the super. There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter of the game. On the wing, Morris. Outside Collins. And on that shot, with that, the Knick lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Morris.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. It's deflected. Outside Griffin. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
They get it back. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Toronto. For New York, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. Good on both. And here are the Raptors now. 9-point game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
This is what you like to see. Kuzma not selling for something along the perimeter. In fact, just the opposite.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Here's Morris. It's hauled in by Stewart. Stewart's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Griffin slams it in.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And the deepest knows he's relentless. You have to try and match that intensity.
4 seconds left. And he sinks the layup. Griffin's got 16 points here in the second half.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guy at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
And so it's New York looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. Right back after this break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. As we get going in quarter number 4. We've got R.J. Barrett is out there with Toppin. And it's Sampson in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 for New York right now. New York moving it around. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Van Vliet passes to Collins. Here's Dupont. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard, that kind of spring, no, he is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turns things around.
About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. That one goes in. 19 points in the game.
You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
New York calls timeout.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
And the Raptors making a change here. The Knicks leading by 13 to the inside. Toppin. And Toppin throws it down.
And he just dives from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Griffin against Fultz. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And Griffin, here we go. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Griffin's got 47 points.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here's Fultz. The pass to Anunoby. Griffin looking it over to the paint. Here's Collins. He doesn't hit that one. The Knicks go the other way with it.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really.
Oh, that was something else.
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Fultz, the bounce pass. And He gets the bucket.
Fultz not just looking to score the ball, he also is equally engaged in terms of facilitating for his teammates. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agree. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Raptors trail by 17. Now here's Fultz. Deflects the pass. Griffin with it. Now guarded by Fultz. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Markelle Fultz. And that one misses. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays, there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Van Vliet passes to Fultz. And again, Toronto no up. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. And got it! Another basket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Van Vliet finds Griffin. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Hey, Smitty, Steve Kerr talked about how Michael Jordan scared his teammates into becoming better players. Would that kind of approach, you think, work today with players entering the league?
You know, I think you have to be careful, yes. But I think on a general, if you're looking at just a blank sheet of paper on how to get guys motivated, I think it takes leaders, which it starts with ownership, management, coach, and best players. If they work hard and they see the blueprint that way, they usually follow.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Knicks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for James.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
Here's Samanic. Outside, ball. Pass to Samanic. That shot off. Nice D from Chandler. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend. And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
Samanic passes to Chiozza. That shot wide open.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Kuzma outside. He gets it in there.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. What's poppin'? I can pass that like Stockton. Just joshing. I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them. Sports in the top.
Of 2K TV. This is so exciting. We are virtual fans right now in a live NBA game.
That's right. We're inside the bubble right now, joining a bunch of fans to watch some NBA action.
I wish I could high five you right now. Can we try it?
Boom.
Ooh.
Like that.
Oh,
Virtual
there we
high five.
go.
Yeah,
Who is
that's
this
right.
guy?
All of the
Who is
fans.
this guy messing up our high five? This is Alexis Morgan reporting live from the wreck.
What's up, Afro?
I'll get
Hey, Kevin. Trade.
Thanks, DA. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. They've got Toppin, also R.J. Barrett out there, and Stewart in at the pivot spot and in the middle. And for the Hawks, they've got Hunter. Okongwu is out there with Trae Young, and it's Griffith in at power forward. And of the early surprise teams, Doris, some have fallen by the wayside, but some may be for real.
And isn't that one of the most exciting aspects of any season, Kevin? You watch a team perhaps outperform expectations. We see a good team take that next step and become a real threat for a title. Like, there's so many storylines that develop over the course of the long season. I can't wait.
Always feels good getting that first one in the bank.
And will that get him rolling? Will it get his team rolling? This should be an interesting night.
Now, here is Young, difference maker he's been for him. He's averaging more than 34 points a game. Hard to believe. Off the left rim and out. Griffin against Young, and he gets it to go.
R.J. Barrett with excellent vision. And it's not just the vision, it's the ability to put it on time and on target. Nicely done.
On its way from Young for two. The offensive rebound. Okongwu.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
Barrett, no good.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Wow, how about the start to this game? Taking excellent shots, capitalizing on everything the defense is giving him. This is great stuff.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Hawks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's Griffith. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Minnesota. 5 to shoot. Young. And off the left side of the rim, and he swirls in for it.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Here's Griffin. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. Here is Carney. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Griffin against Young. Counting.
And a depth mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
And finished off by Griffin.
How about the hang time you need to pull off something like that?
I know, above and beyond. You're right.
And you add in the creativity of all the dunks out there. We've seen some. That one stands out.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
The Knicks leading by 7. And Griffin slams it in.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, plenty of familiarity in this matchup. Last season, they were knocked out of the playoffs by this club.
Both teams will make substitutions. For Atlanta, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Here's Reynolds. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the New York Knicks. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejections. The
best defenses do a great job of protecting the rim. That team did not give an inch. They defended and contested every shot.
Alexander gets the bucket.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Knicks have gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. New York moving the ball around. Now here's Griffin. Defense is right there. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Reynolds. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Kicks it to Brown. To the wing on the left. Shot clock at 5. From deep. Sampson pulls it in. The Knicks leading by 12. Griffin attacking. And good that time. Griffin's got 17.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Reynolds passes to Brown. Second chance effort. Knicks with the rebound.
Well, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Here's Griffin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Just 4 seconds left here in the opening quarter. 1 second left. He can't get that one. And so it's New York with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And we'll be back with you shortly. And so some teams deciding to change it up. There's the pass to Brown. Here's Gilbert. Off for the new shot clock. And Chandler sends it back. Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Jay. Hoffman is out there with R.J. Barrett. And it's Chandler in at the 5 spot. Tries again. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And even though they're down, I like the way they're pounding the ball inside. It's leading to a lot of points in the paint.
The Knicks have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Reynolds passes to Brown. He's off on that one. The Knicks go the other way with it. At one point, they led by 16.
Oh! He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. No coverage, that's it. He's got 5.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Griffin, and then Griffin with the dunk.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Reynolds passes to Okongwu. No good on the three. That'll do it for the first half. Knicks lead by 14. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, they've got Trae Young. Okongwu is out there with Hunter. And it's Griffith in at the 4. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Jay in that last matchup against the Raptors put on a show. He had 60 points, and his percentage was impressive, making a number of his free throws and field goal attempts. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it. And he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the report, D.A. Great, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue, and quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us. Went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV someday. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
The Hawks trail by 18. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
No good from Carney.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
The Knicks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the Hawks making a change here. Lamb's checked in. Here is Carney. He's got 7. Pass to Hunter. He kicks it to Carney. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And Okongwu slams it in.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
He's the leading scorer tonight, being aggressive, and so far, no one's found a way to slow him down.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
New York leading by 18. Here's Griffin, and finished off by Griffin.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Here's Carney. Got 3 off the mark. Enzo Thomas will bring it up for the New York Knicks. Here's Stewart, defended by Young. Thomas surveying the D. 6 on the shot clock. Over Carney. Okongwu grabs the board. Stewart misses.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Right side, Griffin. Rebound by the Hawks.
Listen, he's a confident player, but if you're going for that kind of finish, you better finish it.
On the wing, Lamb. Now the dish to Carney. Over Barrett. The Hawks again can't hit.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Griffin can't get it to go in. The Hawks trail by 20. 44 seconds left here in the third quarter. Okongwu's shot is good.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
It's stolen by Lamb. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Carney. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Hawks shooting their first free throw. New York leading by 15, and New York looking at who they've got. They've got Toppin. Jackson is out there with Jay, and it's Sampson in at the 4 spot. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. They grab their own miss.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Hawks shooting reasonably well, 45%. Knocks it loose. For the finish. Wow, hammering it in.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Here's Reynolds. To the wing right side. Here's Gilbert. Here's Alexander. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Boy, it's hard work on the offensive glass, earning an additional opportunity.
Hawks making a switch here. Young's checked in. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious. That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
Oh, as he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay.
Atlanta making a switch here. Carney's checked in. Stewart's checked in for the Knicks. There it comes in for Jackson. Young for 3. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Greg, you know, we're seeing players take control of their free agent destiny. Do players get a bad rap for that and switching teams?
Listen, I don't know if you get a bad rap, but you're going to catch the wrath of the fan base. You think of Paul George in Indy or KD in OKC, and fans, they're going to feel jilted. There's no doubt about it. They're going to feel scorned.
Yeah.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
A nice shot by Griffin.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Young against Griffin. Young passes to Alexander. Over Stewart. Alexander, no luck. Now the Knicks with it. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Passes to Stewart. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. DeAndre Hunter comes in for Brown. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. So both teams changing it up here. Schroeder passes to Lamb. And with small ball catching on, it's the rare team, Doris, that looks to go big and play bully ball. Why hasn't that approach been more popular?
Well, to me, Kevin, the NBA game is one that's in constant evolution. So right now the emphasis is three-point shooting, free throw opportunities, and restricted area opportunities. That seems to be the most efficient way to play the game of basketball. On the defensive end, what that requires is positionless players, guys in the post who can guard the perimeter, switchability. All the versatility you can bring to bear on the defensive end is significant, and so that's why bully ball becoming harder and harder to play in today's NBA.
Pass to Hernandez. Over to the wing. 4 on the clock. Here's Schroeder. 2 points. That one goes.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for New York.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this was a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jay.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
Alexander's checked in for Atlanta. It's blocked. Outside for Griffin. That shot missing, and it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Here's Lamb. Here's Alexander, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call. New York with the foul. And that one falls for Alexander. The Hawks making a switch here. He's perfect from the line this time. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Knicks. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Count that bucket.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight. Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
29 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Griffin, and then Griffin with the dunk.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Schroeder passes to Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. So no problem for New York as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. What's...
Defense, and I'll get that steal.
Oh, I gotta get back in bounds. Nice D pass. Oh, there we go.
In the flesh, large and in charge.
You named it.
I am it.
Large and in charge, baby.
I'm really excited about that and honored. When I got the call, I don't remember exactly when it was, but when I got it, I was like, really? The actual cover or like the China cover or like be specific? And they was like, no, the actual game. I was like, dang, that's...
The tallest building in the United States, One World Trade Center. Looking glorious tonight as we come to you from New York. Hi, everyone. Greetings from... Now, let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. They've got Porter. Jamal Murray is out there with Thomas Bryant. And it's Okogie in at the power forward. And for the Knicks, Toppin is out there with Barrett. Then there's Jay, and it's Stewart in at the 5, roaming the paint. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
The Nuggets on offense. Last time they met was in Denver.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
Griffin's shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Bryant. 23 points for him the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
You know, when Murray finishes like this, guys, it shows you how aggressive his mindset is in attacking the defense. Well, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a couple hot teeth on his thigh. It's a little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
Bryant passes to Sessions. Outside, Porter passes it to Murray. This one for 3. It's rebounded by New York. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done.
And Clark, it was Jamal Murray's father who's the mastermind behind those unconventional training methods. His son, though, never begged off, never wavered in his commitment.
Tell you what, Greg, it clearly would lead you to believe that both of them were crazy, and yet they had a shared obsession and a commitment, and it's paid off.
Inside, here's Griffin. Misses from short range.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Dixon's checked in. Sessions against Griffin. Now here's Sessions. He's guarded close. Off target at the rim. And Griffin slams it in.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
Murray finds Bryant. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. To the middle. And just miss after miss right now.
Yeah, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
And you see the edge pairing plays with attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
New York leading by 9. Here's Here's Griffin, and then Griffin with the dunk.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Taking a look at the Nuggets. Allen is out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Thomas Bryant. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Sessions in at the shooting guard position.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Allen outside. Pass to Porter. Sessions with it. Defended by Griffin. Now Allen for three. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Allen's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for New York. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Here's Griffin. Here's Toppin. And Toppin throws it down.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game-changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
And it's in there. Stewart's got 8 points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
The Nuggets trail by 21. Down low, Okogie. Great pass to set up the weigh-in. Okogie's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. The Knicks have shot just one free throw early, 1 for 1 in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. Guys,
their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Murray kicks to Bryant. It's hauled in by Stewart. Stewart's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Jay in that last matchup against the Hawks was all business. He scored 54 points, and there was no answer for him all game long. Looked like he got whatever shot he wanted out there. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. He feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
And here we go. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Okogie. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. Off target from outside. That one off the back iron and out. And so it's the New York Knicks finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
We've got Jay. Barrett is out there with Toppin. And it's Stewart in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now, here's Porter. Back to Murray. Griffin with the steal. Goes up, and Griffin slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stop.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Got it. Good job in the low post. Griffin's got 6 in the quarter.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Griffin against Murray. The Knicks making a switch here. Sampson's checked in. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Griffin. Allen, that's good.
You know, of all the things Okogie does well, his passing tends to get overshadowed at times. I mean, easy to see how creative he is on this feed.
Moment here now for an injury report.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for New York gave us some information. He told me they diagnosed it as a sprain in his foot. Fortunately, it's not a fracture, but still nothing to take lightly. They're holding him out for the rest of the game, and although they don't think he'll be out long, they haven't ruled out the chance that he could miss additional games as well. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah,
Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot, and you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well, but so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to is really paramount. And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Inside, here's Griffin, out to Nance. New York moving it around. Griffin finds Jackson. From deep, 5 to shoot. Hands it from downtown. Jackson's got 5 now.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
No question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Allen against Griffin. And they get it, and it's Allen with the jam.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
And, guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out. He can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
Here's Griffin, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Knicks have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. Griffin hits them both.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Conley feeling it out. It's Barrett on the wing. Griffin kicks to Conley. The pass to Barrett. The tray. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Showing improvement in that aspect of his game. Barrett wants to get better firing off the catch.
Oh, that's blocked. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Now Murray. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. With 1 on the clock, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And as we conclude the 3rd quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. New York ahead, delivering the blowout. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Nuggets, we've got Allen. Also Exum out there, and it's Wood in at the center, locking down the middle.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Griffin. Kicks to Barrett. 3-pointer. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And so it's Sessions. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. Second shot opportunity. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
And he sinks the second. Greg, your son's been drafted. You were drafted in the NBA. As you look back on the process that you went through and your son Cole has gone through, what are some of the flags? What are some of the things that stand out to you?
First and foremost, boy, how time flies. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, at least it feels like, that they were calling my name on draft night. But
91, right?
Yeah.
91.
You know, every stage of life, though, has its joys. And listen, to play the game I love and now see him playing it at this level, it's truly a blessing. And in his case, he probably loves it even more. You know, he didn't grow up the way I did. He grew up just with a true love and passion for the game. So it's humbling and obviously something that I take great pride in.
You were taken out of UNLV 1991, number 12 overall. Remember, I think it was yesterday. And the Nuggets making a change here. Alexander Walker's checked in.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Here's Exum, and finished off by Exum.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he?
The refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be.
The shot's good from Nance.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Wood pass to Exum. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Been a lot of talk, Greg, about in-season tournaments in the NBA to spur fan interest. The proposal was tabled for a bit. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, cash prizes for the players and coaching staffs, that always seems like a good idea. I just wonder, Kevin, if they're going to be any cash prizes for the broadcasters. Because I think they're onto something. We could get that. And, you know, but in all seriousness, we see that in soccer, right? And It seems to work well, and I think if it can spur some more interest from fans, then I'd be all for it.
Yeah, the fans love it watching soccer. Brent Jackson, he's checked in for the Knicks. And Denver also making a switch. Dort's checked in, and then Griffin with the dunk.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Here's Dort. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And then slams it in.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Tries to save it. Allen's shot is off. Griffin down low.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
For Denver, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Exum deciding where to go with it. Allen kicks to Exum. Pass to Peterson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that comes off the assist by Exum.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Knicks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
That's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jay.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Allen passes to Peterson. It's deflected. And Griffin, here we go. And Griffin slams it in.
And it's just competing. And, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Allen outside. Passes it to Exum. Jacks up a 3. Good on the triple. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Knicks. Here's Griffin. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And he can't hit the second. And here's Exum. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.